Welcome back to the Big Brown Sack.
And we're back, really. That's all there is.
Mm-hmm. That's all you need to know.
That's all you really need to know at the end of the day.
Yeah, we took some time off to rest, and now we're back.
Yeah, we did. I'm not going to lie. We did an episode. We canned it. We did an episode.
Yeah.
We canned it. It just wasn't who we were.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog.
It's not who we are.
Oh, yeah, because we were recording an episode about The Bachelorette. And we just found that we were kind of being haters. Like, we were low-key, like, hating a bit.
Being haters, and then we wanted to talk about The Bachelorette because I may or may not know somebody on this season, and we thought it'd be fun because we're watching it, and The Bachelorette is cool. It does have that it factor. We were talking a little bit about how it has that it factor. But nonetheless, it's just not us at the end of the day.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be commenting on, like, TV.
No.
That's not our thing.
I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy doing that.
Like, we could totally have that conversation, but, like, not for the podcast.
Yeah, and hey, if you're listening to this now and you're like, well, I actually think I would like hear them talk about that, maybe we'll post it. Probably not based on your facial expression and noise you just made.
No, totally. I mean, we could be open to it, but we're not TV commenters. I think people do that.
Yeah,
there are podcasts of people who just comment on like shows
TV
and
commenters.
Stuff.
We're not TV commenters. I wouldn't say we're TV commenters. No. All right. Well, anyways.
Although you'd be very good at any commentating. Like, I think you should be in like some sort of broadcasting.
Yeah.
Like, I could just see you on the news.
Dude, I used to do the morning announcements for my high school and middle school. And
which is one of my
on
funnest facts about you.
It's been
I kind of tell everyone. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
yeah,
do
did
like
you
that
know
about me.
Did morning announcements in high school?
That revs your engine a little, huh?
It does.
Oh! That revs your engine a little now, Honestly, I'm just gonna when I have a risky bit that I want to do, I'm just gonna play the applause in the background because it gives you so much more confidence.
Totally.
It's crazy. It's just like, I'll say anything.
Yeah, you know what also gives you more confidence, I think?
What?
When taking risks.
What?
Sunglasses. If I'm wearing sunglasses, like, I feel like I could get away with a lot more than when I'm not wearing sunglasses.
Well, it's because like they're the gateway to your soul, your eyeballs, and if people can't see your eyeballs, they can't really see what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right.
Good times to wear sunglasses.
Yep.
To take risks and be more confident are karaoke, for sure. Mm-hmm. Throw some shades on. If you're trying to like rev yourself up to go do some karaoke, throw some shades on.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wait, but
you just say
I
more stuff
think
about
another
karaoke
time
because people are over it.
I think no, it's not. I think I'm about to talk about something that people are even more over than the karaoke thing.
Get it over
which
with.
is wearing sunglasses to like hide, I think I used to and maybe still do like walk into a bar first with like my sunglasses on just so I can feel like I'm getting a bearing and then I take them off.
It's like you don't want people to really see you yet. You want to get a feel for the place and then you'll expose the gateways to your soul.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys aren't getting the gateways to my soul just yet. All right, I'm going to do a couple rounds, see what's going on, see what kind of characters we got in here.
Yeah.
And then I'll think about opening up the gates to my soul. That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Anyways, let's get into it. What do we got? Let's get ready to talk about our topics. What do you got?
Okay. Today I will be talking about something that made me laugh.
Oh.
But also it is very much entwined with like something that makes you think as well. I'm double dipping today.
Oh, which you don't like when people do that, by the way.
No, I don't.
in real life.
Like if we're at a restaurant and there's salsa and guac, like double dip all the way. But if you're double dipping out of some like refrigerated guac at your house and you're going to have some and then put it back in the fridge and then eat it later, that's where double dipping is an absolute nar for me.
Nar for you. Weird line to draw when it comes to double dipping, but I'll tell you what. We sound like we get along great, but when I do that, she's pissed.
You know what I do when I'm mad about it? Like, what? Can you impersonate me being upset that you double dipped?
You say nothing and death stare me. You say nothing. You just stop because we're both eating. Like the forks are clanging. You're, moving things around. You're moving. You're eating. You're chewing. And then all of a sudden, it's death stare. Nothing's happening except for two eyeballs, the gateways to your soul, glaring down mine in a heat of passion and anger. And nothing needs to be said at that point. Nothing needs to be said that's not already understood. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, fellas.
Okay, look. My strategy is in situations where I know I've told you something.
So is this your thing, or we still haven't gotten into your thing?
No, we haven't gotten to my thing, but this can be my thing.
No. We're going to...
Oh.
You're gonna...
That was me throwing up last night.
Dude, Dayna throwing up, I'll be honest, it's kind of funny sounding.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I recognize that.
Well, I am also a very loud thrower-upper. Maybe that's something we'll talk about on a different podcast. All right. Well, Dayna, what is the thing that made you laugh? Are you going to say it right now?
Yep.
Well, you'll hear it right when we get back from this dog throwing up break that sounds kind of like Dayna when she throws up. We'll be right back.
Oh my goodness, you all right?
Well, that was a dog throwing up that sounds like Dayna when she throws up. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did last night. Anyways, Dayna, what was it that made you laugh?
Over the past few weeks, you have been very verbal about some of your intrusive thoughts.
Ooh, yeah.
That you have when
Love
we've
where
been
you're going.
in public places.
Yes.
And it's just really made me giggle. And it's really given me like a different view into what's going on in your mind. You know?
It is a...
Because my intrusive thoughts are so much different than your intrusive thoughts.
Right.
But why I want to talk about this is because I now know this about your intrusive thoughts, I've been trying to look out for mine more intentionally.
Yes, I love this.
And I did have an intrusive thought that was in like your category of intrusive thoughts, and I really want to share it with you and see if this is something that you would think.
I definitely want to hear about this, but people don't know what my types of intrusive thoughts are.
Yeah, we have to explain.
And
them.
I'm sure you have intrusive. It's just like internal dialogue.
Everybody
has
it's
this
not
internal
really in your
dialogue.
control.
It's just like thoughts that enter your head that you can't control, and you're just like, what the hell is that?
And you know what? Before we get into this, it's very important that people take away that you are not your thoughts. Like, don't let yourself scare you. You're okay.
If nothing else, this story will let you know that these thoughts are not me. You are not your thoughts. I hope that you can understand the distinction.
Yeah.
But Dayna, before you get into one of mine, what's like an intrusive thought that you think you would typically have? Because you think my intrusive thoughts are like crazy. But what's like just a typical intrusive thought that you would have?
Yeah, they're so scary. I have specific examples, but they're so scary that I'm not going to share them.
Yeah.
But they're like people dying.
Like people dying.
And
maybe
like me dying and death everywhere I look.
Yeah, it's vulnerable. And honestly, I'm like even just
so
like
vulnerable.
I don't know if I really want to get into my intrusive thoughts on the podcast, but because they're the intrusive thoughts that you don't want to say them.
Yeah.
But so yours are about dying, and then what's one of mine that sticks out to you that I've told you?
Like we were at a coffee shop and you were like, we were with Colin, and when you're with Colin, you do take a lot of risks.
Colin doesn't have intrusive thoughts. Colin says everything that's on his mind.
Colin is the only human I know where that statement is probably true.
His intrusive thoughts are
he just says them.
vocalized.
He's
We
like,
love you, Colin.
instead of wear your heart on your sleeve, like please wear your intrusive thoughts on your sleeve. Like that's what I want to see from you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Any hooser, you were like, and you're gonna have to. Oh yeah, you were like, what if I just like? Do you guys ever think that? What if I just walked behind the counter and like went up to one of the workers and said, "Hey man, here's your cocaine." Like,
Yeah.
what would happen?
Yeah. What would happen?
And you've just been saying like a lot of those.
Yeah. Or just like one that really makes me laugh is like way overreacting to a very small situation that happens. So
Yeah.
like if the waiter like forgets, he's like, "Oh, I forgot the ranch. I'll be right back." And I was like, "What would you do if before he went back to get the ranch, I grabbed him by the collar of his shirt and I said, 'Don't let it happen again, you motherfucker.'" What the fuck you doing? Oh, you do this for a living? Get the back there and come back with the ranch right now. And then I just sit back down and I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that." And I just
When
would
you
want
say
to.
so sorry about him, like
Yeah, I would just like the amount of money I would pay to see the faces of you and everybody around me.
God.
It
Yeah.
would just be hilarious.
Yeah. Can you think there was been a few more? I feel like there was one when we were walking through Costco.
It's just like, what's the wildest thing you could do in any said situation that would just like floor people
Right.
around you? Like, what if, okay, the guy's like serving samples of this protein shake. Like, what if you picked up one of the samples, opened up the waistline of your pants, dumped the protein all over your private area, and then you went, that does taste good. Like, that would just be so out of bounds.
Yeah.
That what would the sample person say? How many people around would see it? Like, that is what, those are the intrusive thoughts that go through my head. It would be like, wow, that would be crazy to do right now. But I obviously never do them.
Yeah.
And then they're fleeting.
They're fleeting. How many do you think you have a day?
Some days none, others days, 20 to 25.
Pile up. Huh?
Yeah. They just come and go. And it's just the most random and wild thing in any situation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a good way to explain it. And so
What made you want to bring that up on the podcast?
because we went on a walk before this and I had an intrusive thought that I was like, oh, walking around the neighborhood is so nice. Like, I love doing this. Like, I'm glad it's
Yes.
not dark out. But if it was dark out, would we like look suspicious? Like, you look out for suspicious people walking the street. I'm like, I wonder if we come off suspicious.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, like,
Here we go.
do you remember the thrill of toilet papering people's houses when you were a kid?
Yeah.
I was like, what if we like just went out toilet papering?
TPing people's houses is what they call it. Let's TP a house.
Yeah.
Yep. I have officially rubbed off on you.
I was like, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But we could.
We could.
And like, why not?
Why not?
Like, it's sad that there
Isn't it
was
just
a
fun?
last time I went TPing,
Well, I think it's probably good that we don't do that.
Sure,
And
but
it just like doesn't fit my value system anymore.
well, I got TP'd twice when I was a
You
kid.
did, or like your yard?
I did. My yard.
Okay.
I also did my fair share of toilet papering, like, don't get me wrong.
Was it pretty big in Southern California, the TPing scene?
Yeah.
Really?
I think TPing was kind of big
Wow. All right.
from where I grew up.
All right.
And I remember my response to getting TP'd.
Can you imagine TPing during COVID? Like when toilet paper was like super like hard to come by.
People went years without it in COVID, probably.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder
Or
how
did
many of those.
TPing numbers spike?
Yeah, those would be
Because it
interesting
was an
data to look
outdoor
at.
activity.
Hey, if anybody has access to that data,
Please.
write us
Did-
in.
I mean, I'm sure they're actually. Do people do people don't really report TPing. It's all in good fun, you know.
Yeah, that's so true. You probably can't get good data.
You
probably
can't
get good data.
You can't get good data because
Probably can't
people
get good
don't
data.
report it. They just wear it, you know.
Yeah,
that's
they don't
what
really
I love
report
about
it, so you can't get good
that's
data.
what I love about Teen Spirit is you know when to let things be and just wear it. Like when you got TP'd, honestly, it was low key kind of an honor to clean up the TP, you know, because it's like, wow, like, you know, a whole group of
Low-key
people
kind of an
targeted me.
Yeah.
So I must be the shit.
You felt seen.
I
You
felt
were the
seen.
shit, literally.
I felt seen.
You were the shit. That's why they put toilet paper all over your yard.
And you know what? Like, I never found out who TP'd me both times I got TP'd. And honestly, I don't think I really did a lot of digging because I didn't want to know.
Yeah, you're like,
Because
do it
I
again,
wanted to
bitch.
believe it was like a bunch of boys that thought I was hot or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I preferred to live my life.
You had the story you wanted, so you didn't want the real one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
When really it's just like the weird ginger girl from school. Like that's no, I'm just kidding. Obviously,
No,
I
you
wasn't
were-
targeted that way.
Yeah. You were definitely the shit.
I'm
in
just
high school.
joshing. I wouldn't go that far. At
But
all.
you were up there. You were up there.
I just think I've been the shit in all phases of my life in one way or another.
Yes. Yeah, you
Might
have.
not be other people's definition of the shit, but in my definition, I look back at some of the choices I made
Yeah.
and like,
You'd be like, yeah, if I was
I was
somebody
like,
in my high school,
yeah.
I'd be wanting to hang out with me too.
yeah. And I look at how cool all my friends are. And I'm just like,
You were the
if
shit.
my friends are this cool, like I must be cool.
Totally.
That's how you kind of gauge, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Because the people around you kind of like reflect you. So like if I
Yeah.
think all my friends are cool.
I feel like that might be more of like a girl way of feeling if you're cool or not
interesting.
than a guy way of
how
feeling.
how do guys do it?
I don't want to get into it, but it's
How many girls
it's
you
pretty
get or something?
yeah, that's one of them
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
That's one of them for sure. And
Like,
then like
is it
athletics,
material?
athletics
Oh.
is another one.
What about cars?
Cars
Is cars
can
something
be
guys look
cars
at?
can be, but hey, lot of dorks with nice cars out there. Lot of dorks with nice cars out there. So
Okay, that's fair. That's really fair. I think that's so interesting and something to think about, people.
okay, but before we get too far off your original topic, it was something that made you laugh, and the something that made you laugh was my intrusive thoughts, and my intrusive thoughts then rubbing off on you, which is amazing and beautiful, and it shows how much of a loving and kind and sharing relationship that the two of us live. Please hold your... Oh, here they go. Hold your applause. I'm making a point.
Yeah. Hey.
I like the...
Woo!
Did you hear it? Did you hear it there?
Woo! Yeah, who was that?
What?
I want to know who that woo was, actually.
Had to be
and
somebody,
have him on
right?
the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Today we got the woo guy from our... whatever, you get it.
Yeah. You know what? My new love language unlocked, and you guys will probably learn that I go off the, standard 5 love languages. There are other love languages, and I have found them. And I just found a new one in which sharing intrusive thoughts is
Yeah.
a new love language.
Yeah.
I want to know,
Where do you think that fits most with? Like,
or
was
just
that
like
words of affirmation?
your intrusive thoughts rubbing off on me,
Yeah. Is that maybe an act of service, like sharing a vulnerable thought? Or is that what does that fit most with?
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Because the 5 love languages, let's see if I can get them because you talk about them all the time. It's acts of service is 1, physical touch is 2, words of affirmation is 3, gifts is 4, and quality time is 5.
Nice.
Wow. Ran it on you.
That's all there is to it.
1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5.
That was really impressive.
Yeah. Thank you.
I applaud you.
Okay, what is the final thought, your closing statement about the intrusive thoughts, the TPing? Why does it matter to people? Why should people care about intrusive thoughts?
You are not your thoughts.
Yes.
So it's safe to share your intrusive thoughts. And once you do, you'll realize like, oh my God, everyone thinks this way. And then it totally like frees you.
Totally. Yeah. And, sometimes I have my intrusive thoughts and I'm like, am I a crazy person?
Should I call someone?
Should I call someone?
Should I turn myself in?
Am I a threat to society? What's happening in there? But then you talk about them and you realize it's just really funny. And it's just funny and you're making yourself laugh, And
you have to laugh your way through your intrusive thoughts.
Exactly, Dayna. That's
or maybe
a great
they'll
one.
take you over. So
Yes.
share them.
Yes.
Just be like, next time you're hanging out with a friend, just be like, hey, intrusive thought for intrusive thought. Like, want to trade?
Yeah.
And then onward and upward.
And then onward and upward, baby. We'll see you at
Yeah.
the top. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'll see you there. All right. Well, Dayna, we recorded for basically 30 minutes.
Sorry.
So-
Took the whole
Literally
lot up, huh?
before we started recording today, Dana's like, I just don't have anything. I don't have anything I want to talk about. Don't want to do episodes longer than 30 minutes. 30 minutes, bang, gone.
Fuck.
Well, not exactly 30 minutes.
You'll
It's a little bit.
chomp it up a bit. So,
Well, no, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to end it here.
No.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
And we could do mine as another episode.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll need to cut some stuff.
You were
Really?
great. You were great.
Well, thank you. I do think it's got fine tuning though.
Well, we'll release it as like a
quick
20-minute
is yours?
episode.
Do you have like a quick thing? Not the Orcas Island story, but like a quick thing?
Do I have a quick thing? Well, I mean,
I guess my segment was like about
I do have a quick
you.
thing. I do have a quick
Okay.
thing.
Yay.
I do have a super. I'll have it. I mean,
It's okay if it's 45 minutes too.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Oh,
Listeners spoke, and we're gonna listen. All right.
Okay, Joe. So what do you have for us that either made you think, laugh, or cry?
Mine's gonna have to be really quick because you went for so long, and that's a great thing. You had great topics, and look, this is a great example. Believe in yourself, Dayna.
Oh.
Go into these episodes. Sometimes you say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm feeling it, or if I feel like talking." But we get on these mics, we get on this big brown sack, and look, we have a good time. And you're gonna figure out some things to say one way or another. But my thing for this week is, it's more just like something I learned, and I thought it was really cool. Past weekend, we went to Olympic National Park out here in Washington. And it was beautiful. We saw the whole rainforest. We went to Lake Crescent. We saw the Hoh River. And one of the things that I learned was thousands of people come to the Hoh rainforest every year. And that's why they call it the Hoh. No, that's not what I learned. I'm just kidding. But that's so funny. And I said that on the tour, and people
But
laughed.
you said it way better.
What did I say?
You said, oh, so thousands of people came through this year?
Yeah. Came through here. Yeah.
That's
Came
why they
here.
call it the Hoh.
Thousands of people came here this summer. So that's why they call it the Hoh. Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
It was
that's
so
not,
funny.
Yeah.
You nailed it. And it was like in moment. I asked you and you didn't answer me because it was such a skilled joke
Yeah.
and so timely.
Yeah.
and truly brilliant. When you dissect the joke, it is almost
Perfect.
Shakespeare.
It's almost perfect.
It's almost perfect. And I asked you.
It's spelled
after I was-
H-O-H, by the way, so it's like a nice little play on words, and it's like, it's kind of like a girl because it came and...
Exactly.
Exactly.
So after I was finished laughing, I asked you, how long were you thinking about that joke before you said it? And you never answered me.
Yeah.
And I need to know.
Well, I mean, from the moment I saw it was the Hoh rainforest, I was looking for a way to make a joke about that. I will say.
That's something I love about you as well, is anywhere we're at, you're reading everything.
Yeah.
So you can try to make some sort of word 1-2 punch pun joke.
Yeah.
Truly at every turn in the world.
Yeah.
You're always looking for, how can I use this word
Yeah.
and say something crazy?
It's
you
my
give
passion.
me about 5 a day.
It's my passion in life, really. I heard Jerry Seinfeld say once that he's like, good stockbrokers, they look at everything and they say, how can I make money off this? So they read newspapers, they see things, they learn about things, and they think, how can I make money off this? How can I invest? How can I take advantage of this? Mm-hmm. As a comedian, I think, how can I make this funny? Like everything that happens to me in life, I'm constantly thinking about a joke. And when I heard him say that, I was like, well, that's what I do, but I don't get paid for it. I just do that. That's just naturally like, I'm not telling myself to do that, but my brain at all times is like, make this funny already. Make it funny.
No, we'll do it live. Do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, we should start documenting these. This is going to become our new Twitter. It's going to be pictures of words that Joe is seeing and what jokes he makes. So go follow.
Yeah. What an enticing Twitter account. But
I'd read it.
that is not what I learned, but that's a joke, obviously. That's not why it's called the Hoh. It's after the Hoh Indian tribe in that area, if you really want to know. I guess I learned that too. But our tour guide, he's talking about, so we paid for this tour, and he's telling us about the history and all this stuff, and he's just talking in general about national parks, and he says, not every country has this. Not every country has areas that are sectioned off, that there's strict rules of what you can and can't do, and you can't light off fireworks there, and you can't cut down trees, and you can't hunt, and you can't do all these different things that you would typically be able to do on government-owned land or whatever. I guess national parks are government-owned land, but you get it. They're not, you're not using it. It's just preserved. Mm-hmm. And you go there and you see things that you wouldn't typically see, like those nurse logs. And so the logs that fall over, and there's trees growing out of trees, and it's crazy. And the animals that live in this area apparently act different. They were saying elks in the national forest aren't as aggressive or something because they're not used to people killing them or something like that, or crazy things like that. And there's a quote from Ken Burns where he says, national parks were America's best idea. And for some reason that stuck with me. Yeah. Because it is such a good idea that in the 1920s or whenever they started doing this, they're just like, you know what? Let's section off some of these really beautiful areas.
We need to draw a line here.
And understand that we aren't better than Mother Nature. And we're just not going to fuck with this. Yeah. We're just not going to fuck with this little area right here. Yeah. Because, let's be honest, we're only going to make it worse. Yeah. And that was so cool of America.
It was honoring spaces, environments.
Yes.
To try to thrive in their purest form without humans. Mm-hmm. And that is special. Very special.
Yes. And so sometimes you just need to get out of the way. That's what I want you to take from this. I want you to take from this that America is a great country and the national parks are a great idea. Mm-hmm. And, this country and this government, they don't always get it right, but they got it right that time.
Yeah. And some haters might be like, well, you could still go into the Olympic Park, or national parks, so they have been affected by humans. Like we were just saying, 1,000 people go through the Hoh, come on a Hoh, for...
That was too far.
some people, like he was saying, thousands of people go through the whole rainforest every year or every summer or something crazy. So yes, like it is semi-impacted by humans, but it is actually, I think, in the grand scheme of things, important for humans to be able to see nature like that so we can grow like an empathy towards it. We need to be able to like see those really beautiful things and want to protect nature, because a lot of people I don't think do.
Yeah, you know what I would say to those people that say those things?
Fuck it. Do it live.
Anyways, what I want you to take from it is, you know, we do live in a pretty cool country. We have some really cool national parks out there. We're not hiking people. I would rather stay in like a Best Western or like a Motel 8 before I stay in a tent.
Couldn't agree more.
But that said, really appreciated the whole rainforest and the national parks. I keep wanting to call them natural parks because that's really what they are. But the national...
Ooh, interesting.
All right. But get out there, see a national park. Like this one is an hour and a half drive away from us. We've been living here for almost a year now. We haven't been out there, and we're just like, what are we doing? Let's get out there.
Technically, it's 4 hours.
Oh well, yeah. Just
Yeah.
let me have.
I'll shut the fuck up.
Just let me have the moment. But yeah, it is 4 hours to the actual rainforest, but the visitor center is 2 hours away. But anyways,
Oh my god.
get out there, see a national park. It's one of this country's best ideas. It truly is one of this country's best ideas. And so get out there and see them. They're beautiful. They're natural. It's cool perspective you get when you see untouched land. Anyways, Dayna, love you. Thank you for doing this podcast with me.
Thanks for having me. Love you so much.
You look great on this big brown sack here tonight. And that's it, folks. That's been episode like fucking 17 or 18 or something like that. We hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Toodles.
Fuck, dude. All right, see you next time.